Rightio. Great to be catching up now with NZB's very own Cam Bray. Hello, mate.
G'day. Geez, the old camera's zooming in on me. That's good, isn't it? It's good, Paul. How are you? You right?
Cinematic entrance for yourself. It was very classy, mate. I like that. Exciting time for NZB with the announcement of the catalogue up and running now. You must be rapt to finally get it out there.
Yeah, no, it's been a pretty busy couple of weeks for us, and we've just come off the back of probably one of the greatest ready-to-run sales we've had as a company, and then boom, we've released the Thoroughbred catalogue on Monday night, and then obviously we were last night. So it's a busy time, and I think the catalogue's actually sent either today or tomorrow, and the bulk lots of catalogues arrive here at Karaka today or tomorrow.
So you're online, plus you've got your.
We generally try and coincide the two, so they're very close together. It just does save the thousands of catalogue requests all at once with people that are already on the mailing list. Yeah.
Condensed selling season this season, Cam. 2 dates, the 15th and then the 18th, both of February. 15th is a Saturday. We want to make sure people are aware of that, and we'll touch on those horses in a sec. But we've got to make sure people are aware that the 15th is a Saturday. So when you're planning, especially if you're an Australian planning to get across there, make sure you get across there on the Friday at the latest.
Yeah, definitely. We will, and you can come on the Friday because what we're going to do this year is we'll parade. As we always do in Auckland, we'll run a parade in the morning and then sell in the afternoon.
Yep. So you've got to be there early Saturday. Yep. And go from
there.
Will,
yeah. So obviously the numbers are slightly back. It is probably reflective of the foal crop. They've been sort of budgeting a decrease in the catalogue for the last 3 or 4 years, and probably it's held up pretty good. And we've sort of almost copped it almost on one bit of a hit here now. But all the same, the catalogue has probably, what it's done is just condensed up the quality. There's something that we haven't lost in the catalogue is it's still a very, very high quality catalogue. And now with only 343 selling over 2 days, it actually probably adds a little bit more spice to the whole thing now, because it's going to be probably a little bit harder to sit on your hands and sort of wait for the horse you want. And you're sort of going to have to be pretty active, because this catalogue is pretty good, and the interest already previous to catalogue going online has been probably as good as I've ever seen it.
Yeah, and I know I was talking to you the other day, and you're looking at a couple which we will touch on actually in a minute. But you say there about the depth. Just very quickly, in Canterbury or Christchurch, it will be Tuesday the 18th as well. So that's another day, and basically, it's inspection day will be Monday, Cam. All horses on site Monday.
Yeah, no, it will be Monday. In Christchurch, we made the move a few years ago to move to an inspection day rather than a parade, mainly because of the reason that the facility down there doesn't lend itself to a sort of an easily managed parade, where Karaka sort of purpose built for selling horses, so it does make it a little bit easier. But nonetheless, I'm a big fan of the inspection days, because people can go at their own leisure, do what they need to do, and they're going to have a full day. And even still, I know there's a lot of horses will be arriving either Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. So there will be a great deal of horses on the complex on Sunday if they're wanting to get down there.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, NZB have produced some fantastic graduates. I was going to say headed up by, but I tell you what, there's some great names. You can't say one person's headed up. That's for sure. Well, one horse, Merlin, Meant to Be, Marketplace. 3 high-class horses that performed so well just the other day over the New Zealand Cup Carnival. Rakiro Rebel for Greg and Jess Sugars in Australia. Major Hot, we know what sort of job he's done over here. Cyclone Geordie, Coastal Babe, Don't Stop Dreaming, and then, of course, Millwood Nike. It's just ridiculous, the winners that come out of here. But those, really those 4 top names are so current, but definitely the 3, Meant to Be, Marketplace and Merlin. The job they done over that New Zealand Cup Carnival just recently highlights the depth and the quality in this sale.
Yeah, it's a very high class sale. We spoke about it when we were putting the press release together the other day. I don't think I've seen a catalogue in my time of selling horses with the amount of current stars. It's probably easy to say that, but we've got probably one of the best 2-year-olds going around at the moment. You've got some of the best open class horses. We've got graduates that are just firing left, right, and centre, and it's all very, very current. And not only just in New Zealand, you've got the horses, like you said, Cyclone Geordie, Rakira Rebels doing a great job over in Victoria. So, we are so pleased to have such a current performance catalogue. It's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. And there is some highlight horses we want to see. It's quite interesting. I was just flicking through. No lying. I got the here in front of me, but yeah, you got the opportunity of buying full sister to Coastal Babe for a start. I mean, we know the job down by the seasides are doing. So yeah,
it's a tricky one to do that highlight list, because I think we started off with 40 horses and and we sort of had to trim them down a bit, because no one's going to read a press release that goes for 6 pages, 3 of which are current halves or siblings to good horses or out of group good horses. So it's only a brief snapshot of it. We're really lucky, with the fact we're going to have the first colt out of Adore Me come to the sales. We talked about Marketplace. We've got a sister to Marketplace, Coastal Baby.
That's a full sister to Marketplace. And
correct.
I mean, I don't think I'm reinventing the wheel here by telling people, you want to buy a horse on the up. Marketplace is that horse. He announced himself so well. The breeding opportunities with this young horse is outstanding, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And to think that a horse like Marketplace is so versatile, his recent performances, he's sort of been driven upside down and managed to smash them both times, if you know what I mean. So that's a really exciting prospect for us. The same draft have got, I think it's a half sister to Queen Alida. So that's from the Tony Barron draft. So he's got a fantastic draft of horses there. But again, we could go on for hours singling out good horses. The fact, the message I want to try and get across is it's one place you can come and have a crack at 340 odd of probably the best pedigrees you'll get in one place in Australasia.
Yeah. There's one there, King of Swing. This is one I did want to highlight. One I wear a Brecken's hat. There's no problems there, and they had their farm out the open day yesterday. But you got horses there related to King of Swing. You're also selling horses by King of Swing, that next generation, if you like. And of course, he's a horse here that resides over here in Australia, but he is a horse that's very important, for the New Zealand fabric. I mean, don't forget how great a horse he actually was. He was a superstar. And, probably if he had gone to America, who knows what sort of time he could have set. And, you've got siblings by him, but also related to him. So that's a really unique sort of switch, if you like, on that North Island catalogue.
Well, it's a testament to the breed too. It just shows the New Zealand breed is so strong. We're now having, stallions standard start from the maternal families we're still selling from, as you just alluded to. It just shows you the depth and quality of the New Zealand pedigrees, which we've known for a long time. But to see them perform like a horse like he did, and now we've got, I think from memory in the highlight lots here, it's a half to a good sort too. That King of Swing, is it a half to?
Well, I'm going to argue. I'll open that little Pandora's box because got the chocolates. The chocolates is by Better Delight. Sorry, yeah. So and he's a high class horse that will only get better next year. Again, he's in the right camp to get better. He's very strong, and he's got a lot of upside to him. That is for sure. So, and then, as you said, there's plenty of horses we can go through. You got Stallions, Better Delight, Art Major, Captain Treacherous. You also got first season size Bird Parker, FaceTime Bourbon, King of Swing, On a Streak, and Zenith Stride. Of course, they sold at the Weanling sales last year, the Zenith Strides. And I'm pretty sure from memory it was lot number 1. And everyone thought they were going to get themselves a cheapie. As soon as they saw it on type, they were like, oh, okay, we're not going to get this one cheap. They're lovely types. Yeah,
and I suppose that it does just segue in, beautiful segue you have created there for me, Paul, is the fact that we're now really blessed to have 9 yearlings in the catalogue from Yabby Dam Farms in Victoria. So quite a few of those new sets and size are obviously, are their size, Harada Trotters. So we're really, really pleased to be able to have them come over to New Zealand to be sold. Probably does speak a little bit to the confidence here in New Zealand. We're really lucky here with obviously Intane, and they've really changed the landscape in racing in New Zealand, both in the thoroughbreds and the standardbreds. But what it's also done now is created a little bit of quite a bit of positivity within the industry. As I said to you before, I've now had, and I wouldn't normally get the inquiry I've got about the catalogue being online. I've already had an inquiry about, can I arrange private tours, or can they travel with me, because it's just, the smaller catalogue, the quality of the catalogue, I'm going to have to do more work on my own rather than sort of all with my group of mates. So that's really positive signs this far out from a sale.
Yeah, and we'll get onto those dates, and I probably should add a tile with those up with the tour dates, but we'll get those out. You say there before about the positivity in the industry. Of course, Brecon Farms, as I said, opened their farm yesterday. They're happily invested. The depth of horses racing now, especially through Canterbury, but definitely on the South Island, is outstanding. You said there before about the positivity around the industry. It's what we need. Like, there's a massive meeting tomorrow night at Addington. And it's flown under the radar, I think, whereas normally, it would be one of the highlight meetings, but it's because there is so many positive meetings, week on week. So it is a great time to invest in New Zealand, not only as a yearling, which has always been the case, but then to leave the horses there and race on.
Well, I was speaking yesterday in the airport with quite a prominent Canterbury trainer, and as he actually explained to me that he said, when I go through my clients, half my client list now are Australian-based. And we've seen it a lot with the thoroughbreds too. Nowadays, people are looking at this business now almost as a business or investment business. It's because we're dealing in the money we're dealing with now, you're sort of getting more business decisions rather than, and not to say that people, don't, but decisions around trying to sustain a business from it. So the necessarily being at the track every race meeting, albeit that's what you strive to have, people, aren't necessarily, it's number one for them now, because and probably speaks to the fact that the racing product we're putting on television is just so bloody good.
Yeah, and also it's a great place to visit. There's no problems there at all. Yeah, and it's exciting. Said there before, Cam, about the tour dates. We want to make sure people are aware of these, albeit that they're still a couple of months away, but people need to be aware of them. The North Island tour will be on Monday the 20th and Tuesday the 21st of January. So that will cover off all the people on the North Island. And then on the South Island, we've got two tours, Monday the 3rd and 4th of Tuesday the 4th of February. That's for the Canterbury tour. And then the Southland tour is Monday the 10th and Tuesday the 11th. Get in touch with you guys, or what's the best way if people want to get on those tours? What's the best way to get involved in them, mate?
Well, if you're in the local area and you're around, what we'll do is we'll publish a itinerary closer to the time. And if you're in the local area, come on down, be involved. There's no questions asked there. Anyone who wants to make an inquiry for coming forward, we've sort of squared away quite a few of them already. But if you need to, contact me. And again, outside of that, I do inspect all the horses. I don't know how I managed to do it, but I inspect all those horses again on my own prior to the tours. I'm available. I've got a car that can fit a couple of punters in if we need to do it, and we can rip around and see a fair chunk of them anyway.
Yeah, and there's also, you can get in touch with Standardbred at nzb.co.nz, or there's a phone number, and again, I'll put those up over the top of this so people are aware of them. Saturday, 15th of February, the parade starts at 10 a.m, selling from 1 o'clock, lots 1 to 130. And then we move to Christchurch. Inspection days, Sunday the 16th and Monday the 17th, subject to the buyer's demands. And then sales starts Tuesday the 18th of February from 11 a.m, lots 130 through to 343. They're the important dates we want people to be aware of. Catalogue is online now. Get in touch with the team at NZB, Cam, and go from there.
A few things. You can go to the NZB Standardbred website. You can obviously download it at Equine Line, which we encourage people to try and use Equine Line. The beauty of it, Equine Line, is that you can download and keep each catalogue year to year. So you can actually accumulate over a number of years. Like I have a bloody swag of sales. You can actually go back and see if you're up to date with it. You can go back and see past sale results, etc., etc. But that's a very good product. Physical catalogues will be arriving here at Karaka, and hopefully your mailboxes within the next few days, maybe even early next week, into Australia. we sort of hope they'll be there in the next week to 10 days. But
we're not putting a prediction on that, Cam.
That all depends on how Australia Post are going. And yeah, so any other questions in relation to travel, etc., feel free to give me a call, one of the team here at NZB Standardbred. Obviously, want to make people very aware that if you're travelling into New Zealand, if you come via Auckland, we have a hotel here on the complex, which you've had the pleasure of staying in a couple of times, Paul. Once, one more than me. And then down in Christchurch, we have people obviously that work here with NZB that can help arrange on your behalf some travel, accommodations and recommend hotels, which we always put in the front of the catalogue too. So, just make sure you're aware of all that.
And the online catalogue is basically your hard copy anyway. So for people that want to see
it gets updated weekly. It'll get updated as of, I think it's online now. So every Tuesday, I think it is, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, all the pedigree updates go in one bulk upload. So you'll start seeing the wee dots especially on the website. You can click there to see them. On Equine Line, obviously, if you've worked it before, this tab comes out the side that there's updates, and you can just read through those to keep yourself up to date. And as we continually update, it just updates the updates that are already there. So you've got the up-to-date info within sort of a week.
There's a lot of updates there, Cam. When you go back and listen to it, you're going to be...
the biggest problem we've got now is obviously with the change of birthday, because obviously printing times and turnaround times, particularly when you're printing the volume of catalogues, we are, particularly with thoroughbreds and standardbreds, we made the decision years ago to sort of to leave the Cup Carnival out of it. Same with the thoroughbreds, they leave the Melbourne Cup Carnival out of their catalogue. So, and particularly in harness with the change of birthday, now you have so much of our group and listed age group racing and open class racing now between here and Christmas.
Yep.
So when I say updates on updates, I actually didn't generally mean that there will be updates from Cup Week, and they will be updated again by the time we go to sell.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was just giving you a hard time. You know that. When you go back and listen to it, you'll understand what I was saying. But we all say different things. That's fine, mate. Thank you. Anyone wants to get in touch with you, as I said, I'll put your phone number up over the top of this in a minute and go from there. They've got plenty of time, but time will go fast. So you've got to be aware of that. It does get away very quickly with Christmas and a few other things.
That's the thing I'm going to say. We have a tricky little thing in the middle that they call it Christmas. That does stifle things a little bit. But, if we can have Santa and a bit of turkey and then we'll tear back into it the next day or so.
We'll say to a couple of studs, try to have a little bit of time off over that Christmas break, but they're also in full swing as well, either side of it. So just got to, be aware of that with staffing. But other than that,
it's quite a common thing now. They do a wee bit of work earlier on, and then they put them out for that Christmas period. It's actually quite good for the horses too. They it gives them a break in the paddock, and then they come back to hand really, really quickly in the new year. I think was it last year, the year before? I think we went and inspected Woodlands one year, and they'd only been in the boxes the night before, and it was actually amazing how quickly they come back to hand. So they're there, and again, you don't need me to organise your parades for you. If you want to go and see Woodlands stud and you ring them up and they'll let you on the place, well, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Brackens will do the same thing. Nigel Fahey, Alabar, they all will. Doesn't matter. I shouldn't even single any of them out.
No,
they will.
They're not going to turn you away if you've shown interest.
No, definitely not. Cam, thank you. Go to nzbstandardbred.co.nz is the easiest way. Follow the links, but Equine Line, wait for the hard copy. Get in touch with me if you're an Australian. Send me a text if you want a catalogue. As soon as they're here, I'll make sure you get one, or I can actually even forward that on to Cam.
Send
it direct to you, so it's a lot easier.
Yeah, just on that, we do send a bulk lot now to our Sydney office. Obviously, NZB has an office in Sydney, so we can send within Australia from Australia. So it actually doesn't take as long as what it would do sending it across the ditch.
No, definitely not. Cam, thank you, mate.
Thank you, Paul.